Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your boy Shazman21, and welcome to another video by your boy Shazman21. Alright, so for this video, I think I'm gonna make it a little bit short and sweet because I still got some ideas on how things are going with, the whole season of Devil May Cry 2. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, wait, right here. But anyways, like I was saying, so I'm gonna make it like short and sweet. Wow, is the light gonna hit me? Boom, thank you. Sorry about that. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna make it a little bit short and sweet. So I think it's gonna be about like 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how I'm gonna go in depth with this video. Probably we'll go further in depth, but I really want to just put it out there real quick, just raw, unfiltered, no editing on this video, minus maybe just a few cuts maybe here and there as I pause here and there, just like this real quick. Boom. But anyways, let's just go ahead and just get straight into the point. So I did recently watch the new season of Devil May Cry, the new one from Netflix, the one that for some reason a few DMC fans, at least as far as I sort of seen on the YouTube sphere, is it does get some amount of hate because of, I guess, the creator Adi. I guess for one reason or the other, people just don't like the creator. For one reason or the other, I guess he's Coco problematic, Coco cringe. I don't fucking know, and I honestly genuinely do not give an ounce of a shit about that. But I will say that despite all of that, I still enjoyed both season 1 and season 2. And by the way, with season 2, oh man, it lived up to, not only just lived up to expectations, but I feel like it kind of just took what was Coco problematic of season 1 and really amplified, the whole storyline with Dante and Virgil obviously being the most important theme of them all, and just their philosophical ideologies clashing with each other and stuff. That I really enjoyed, and just the fight scene, the actions was a whole lot more enjoyable, I would say, of that season, or should I say this current season, than it was last season, where it was just granted, last season was actually not too bad, but they did a little bit more of just the storytelling of what was going on with the White Rabbit and all this other shit, which, by the way, underrated villain, pretty underrated villain. I guess he does get some flack because it's Coco inconsistent, but I'll talk about that another point, where I'm just kind of just the hate for this anime is kind of silly video. That's gonna be for a much later time. But I will say just one thing I will that I do like about DMC season 2 is just of course obviously the soundtracks was obviously pretty fucking amazing, but I didn't really expect that of all things happen, Dante and Lady actually being a fucking thing. Bro, I made a video, I don't know if it was 1 or 2 years ago, where I was explaining the whole dynamic between Dante, Lady, and DMC 3 in the game, where they had their situation, and I was saying whether or not they probably were doing the whole Runga Tunga Tang, you know what I'm saying? Basically fucking. And let's just say it is confirmed. Now, again, this is just a show, but it is more or less confirmed that, yes, Dante and Lady be fucking. So you know what? That's an A plus point for that, because, man, I ain't gonna lie, the Dante / Lady shippers are eating motherfucking good. Because I really didn't think they had the balls to do it. Because, in the games, they teased the factor they were kind of doing it. They would say some stuff oh, but Dante's, pure, he doesn't really do that. It's bro is a whole free man that does whatever the fuck he wants. And on top of that, in the first game, literally in the first game, this man had a whole sexy lady poster with her, not her actual titties out, but just obviously, she's sexualized, obviously. And it's just for people to say that man is just pure and shit is just silly. The dude is literally a demon. Half demon, I should say. He's half human, half demon that literally likes women. Hot women. And you know what? Hey, coming from me, I like hot women too. But man, from that to actual confirmed date between those two was awesome. But also on top of that, I will have to say the Arkansas versus Moonus fight was pretty good. I like that there's been a little bit of teasing as of lately with the whole Jester, and I honestly had a feeling that Arkam was gonna have like some type of reveal, but I will explain a little bit later as to why that ended up becoming somehow the case. But like, yeah, actually, real quick, I forgot to say spoiler alerts for Devil May Cry season 2. So if you have not seen season 1 or season 2, or at least like are at least somewhat acquainted to the lore of the Devil May Cry series, I would suggest to maybe wait until you watch the seasons and are played at least one or a few of the games. The thing with the Devil May Cry, you don't necessarily need to play the game to pay attention to the story, because at the end of the day, it's its own story. But there are references to the game, but it still tells its own story. So it's best to just like at least like do that, or just to watch a walkthrough, or just someone just do some character analysis on the characters like Dante, Virgil, Nero, and Lady Trish, and many others. So yeah, it was really cool how that played off, and they even gave a little bit more insight on Sparta. Not so much like I really want to like I really want them to I can't even speak. Like I really want them to, where what actually really happened to Sparta, like not only just like the whole like rebellion against Munas and shit, that we have a little bit more context and fine, but it's just like, what the fuck happened to the dude? Like, that still is a mystery for some reason. And they keep saying like, oh, he left. It's like, yeah, how? Was he fucking dying or some shit? Like, that still is not like explained for some reason. Like, this was a perfect opportunity to be like, okay, maybe because his power is fading, or I don't know. It's still so confusing, but maybe that's just they deliberately put that vague anyways. But that's something that I'm just kind of a little annoyed about. But either way, cool moment that they were just like going back and forth with that, and then even with the Virgil and Dante also going back and forth with just their ideology and stuff, even while they were fighting. Oh man, the fight scenes, especially with those two, wow, holy shit. The fight scenes between these two was just wow. Like, obviously it held in comparison with the other fight scenes like DMC 3 and even DMC 5, obviously. But again, it's comparing apples and oranges. So we're just gonna stick strictly to the whole what the fuck. Sorry, my phone does some shit. But like I said, it's like comparing apples and oranges. Like, we're just gonna stick strictly to just the show. I will say, man, oh man, they absolutely delivered in the fight scenes between Dante and Virgil. Like, wow. Not only was the animation good, the action scene was pretty good. And I ain't gonna lie, man, Virgil was super cold, man. Like, he was out here just murking motherfuckers like it ain't nothing. This man put a whole bullet in another human's head, and that was it. It was just like, he didn't give a shit. Meanwhile, Dutch like, God damn, bro, did you seriously have to do that? And bro was like, yeah, fuck him. I'm like, damn. Tough luck, I guess. But yeah, Virgil, he's on that timing, man. He don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck if you, I guess, like, in the story, Makai. Although, I really hate that word. It's just kind of like, whatever. In the story, yes, they're called that, but, we all know they're still considered demons, even if they are good demons. But obviously, they're in the story, they're called Makatans. But I think just for my own sanity with that, I'm just gonna just call them still demons, even though their actual name is Makatan in the story. But whatever. So yeah, the demons are pretty good as well. Even Argasak was okay. Argus, the main dude, I will have to admit, this is a better interpretation of the main villain of DMC2, where in DMC2, he was just such a bitch. Whereas, like, Broski was such a G. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, they did a really good job recharacterizing him to be a lot more cunning and a lot more, a lot more smart. But he still has those like moments of like cowardness and just like losing his mind and shit. They still kept that, but it's just like he's a lot more of a G. Like he actually holds his own very well against like Dante and Virgil pretty well, surprisingly, and it was awesome. Absolutely enjoyed the better characterization of that, and it's just. I really do enjoy season 2. Like, I really like, again, the animation, obviously, but it's just really, the story is, okay for the most part. Like, it was actually, like, it goes, to deep dive into, like, how Dante and Virgil are able to, like, handle their traumas in different ways. There's some, like, other characters, too. Forgot to do with the, dreads, the white dreads and shit. He was cold as hell, but I felt like the character died way too soon. But I guess it just kind of makes sense. But I feel like he could have just maybe stayed a little longer. But anyways, although I would say the granddaughter is pretty cool. Maddie, such a darling. Like, oh my god, such a darling. And the other lady that it's accompanied by Argus. I hated that bitch, honestly. She was kind of annoying, but I'm so glad that the granddaughter ended up like putting a bullet in that bitch, because like, although I would have loved to see Lady just straight up just pew, but you know what? If it had to be someone else, I'm glad that it was the granddaughter, because it kind of made thematic sense. Because, well, bitch, you killed the person's grandpa. Like, what'd you expect? You killed her grandpa, you bitch! And speaking of which, when the granddaughter shot the damn lady devil or whatever, she's like, "That's what you get for killing my granddad, you stupid, ugly bitch." I was like, first, like, honey, language, and then another part of me was like, talk your motherfucking shit, fuck that bitch. But no, it's just like, still, it was still adorable, obviously, because it's a child, saying that shit. Obviously, it's played by a person that's, not a child, but again, it's still pretty funny because it's a child saying that shit. I'm just like, honey, you are way too young to be cussing. And then of all people to tell her to cut off with the vulgar stuff, lady has to tell her straight up, like, let's not do that. I'm like, lady, you be like cussing like a goddamn sailor since season 1. Who are you to tell this little girl to do that? You influenced this baby girl to do exactly what you're doing. I don't know why I'm talking to a figurine about this, but like, still. Either way, I absolutely enjoyed Devil May Cry Season 2. I recommend checking it out and give it a try. And here's the thing, if you don't like it, again, you don't have to like it if you truly don't, and if it's just Coco too woke for you or whatever the fuck, then obviously this is not the channel you're supposed to be watching, because we do be getting woke around here, you know what I'm saying, like, being aware of everything that be happening, because at this point, everything has been fucking happening if you don't wake the fuck up, you pieces of garbage. But that's for another day, about the word being diluted because idiots want to use it for a way to be like, oh, it's DEI higher or whatever the fuck, when in reality it's really for, black people to be aware of the, systemic issues that still continues to happen to this fucking day. Anyways, before I start crashing out on how fucked up everything has gotten, I do want to say, again, I absolutely enjoyed Devil May Cry Season 2. The music was pretty good. They even got like Papa Roach and obviously Evanescence in this bitch. Like, come on now. Bro, when they were playing My Immortal, oh god, that song always hits me every single time. Especially with, again, what's been kind of going on currently in my life, that sometimes that song like pops in and I'm just like, woo! But when it started popping in for, Lady and Dante. Oh man, bro, that would never not be the most shocking moment ever. Because in the games, they have somewhat implied that they were kinda, sort of having some things together. But in the show, they straight up said, "Oh no, they're fucking. Oh, they're straight up fucking." You can even like see a certain scene of them going up and down, up and down. Nah, they didn't show that, but they just basically just show them kissing, which is that's crazy to say because it's like, wow, they actually had the balls to do that. But hey, that's pretty good. Oh yeah, in the ending. So I will say, okay, spoilers real quick. The ending is where like Virgil sends Dante out to the human world. Blah 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 blah. It's gonna be set up to where Virgil is gonna be facing Mundus. It ends in a indecisive victory. Well, not indecisive. It was just faded back. Basically, it's undetermined whether or not Virgil would follow the same footing as when he did in the game, where he pretty much fucking lost to Mundus. But let's just say, in the show, he probably beats him. I'll be fucking insane if he can. But hey, he's at full power. He ain't fucking like tired. So hey, he might be able to beat Mundus. You never really know. I mean, hell, Mundus was able to fucking bollywop Argus like ain't nothing. He was just like, man, shut your bitch ass up. You think you were top dog again, man? I'll send your ass straight to hell. And basically, Mundus did exactly that. And yeah, that was pretty cool. And it looks like also at the end of it all, Lady chooses, revenge for multiple reasons. Mainly because it turns out the Jester is Arkam. Who would have fucking thunk of it? Though I honestly think it kind of was a dead giveaway because, like, duh! Arkam and Jester are the same people. The fact that they even had the balls to bring in Jester, I'm like, okay, I'm sure this is totally not Arkam, doing his totally not pretending to be a demon, totally not, being very, very important in Lady's story. And then it turns out it was fucking true the whole time because I was like, hey, calling me stupid and calling me blind, but who would have fucking thought about that? Thing was, I already pretty much knew, but it was still pretty shocking nonetheless. Like, yeah, Arkam is back, so that's gonna be pretty awesome to see how that's gonna like finally somewhat conclude Lady's story, maybe in season 3. I think the only thing I would the only thing I would predict in season 3 is there is going to be probably a bit of a time skip, a bit more. So I think what's going to happen is the characters are probably going to be a lot more older. I'm assuming that Nero will be making an appearance. Trish, we'll see, because she has yet to make an appearance. But that's just like if they really want Trish in it. I say it's a toss-up, but I think what we have right now is still like not too bad. I mean, shit, we still have Neil Goldstein, which, by the way, awesome lady, and so many other amazing scenes. Even like the one where just like obviously Dante does his like when he attains Ebony Ivory, he just like does that. But again, that's for another time. All in all, really great season. Absolutely enjoyed it. The most shocking one was definitely Lady and I was about to say Lady and Trish being a thing. Although, hey, I ain't fucking complaining if that does happen. But like, Lady and Dante being a thing, I'm like, whoo! That shit had me like, I was sweating, dog. So I was like, damn. But that was a shocking one. The most like action-packed one to me was obviously Dante and Virgil fighting against each other, and I'll even put to a less extent Mundus versus Argus and stuff. That one was okay for the most part, but obviously I kind of like Dante and Virgil fight because it always slaps. It just always slaps. Again, sibling fights always slaps because when you're when you're fighting against your brother, whether that's your older or younger brother, it always works. Hell, even me and my younger brother always fights sometimes. In WWE, totally not actually hurting each other. Nah, I'm playing. But anyways, that's pretty much all I have to say in this really quick video. Although it's a little bit longer because I had to explain a few things. But again, still a quick video. So anyways, if you have any questions whatsoever about, the season, the storyline or whatever, please feel free to put it down in the comments of what your thoughts and opinions are of this, current season, whether you like it or not. Hey, if you don't like it, that's cool. If you like it, amazing. I think just in the comments, let's just keep it mostly respectful, and let's not try to do any name calling. Unless it's a Clav's stupid ass, then yeah, we could do that. Or anyone that's a piece of shit. We do be making fun of people that are doing dumb shit anyways. That'd be doing some weird shit. Even dealing with people. anyways. That's all I gotta say for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, this really quick video. And yeah, I gotta go do a couple of things as well. And yeah, just let me know in the comments down below if you guys want to see more breakthroughs, or even just my thoughts, obviously, on any shows whatsoever. Currently, I'm still watching Lego Ninjago and also apparance, so that's gonna be pretty cool. I think I'm gonna first finish up with season 1 of Lego Ninjago first, and then explain why I like and don't like certain parts of it. But more likely, I'm just gonna be talking about what I like, because sometimes what matters is what you like, not necessarily what you don't like. Although I will say real quick, what I didn't quite like about season 2 of Devil May Cry was that the pacing was a bit iffy at times. Even the flashbacks were a bit okay, but also I felt like characters aren't as fleshed out as they obviously should be, such as I would say the dreadhead guy. I wish that they would have explained further about that. And then also, this was a bit of a nitpick, but again, they should have explained what was going on with Sparta. I'm really hoping that by season 3 or something, that we get a confirmation of what the fuck happened to this guy. Because seriously, what the fuck happened? We still don't know. Even in the games, even in the fucking shows, anywhere. What the hell happened? Is he dead? Or is he alive? Or is he in a different dimension? It's goddamn. Can we at least get a little bit of confirmation of whether or not he at least, maybe made it out or died, more than likely? I don't know. They keep making it so vague. Even when they say, oh, yeah, because, he loved you because he didn't love you. It's he probably left because he was fucking dying. You piece of shit. Ooh. Don't get me started on Mundus. As a matter of fact, hold up. What's up, Mundus? Nah, I'm playing. I'll get my ass beat, obviously, and more than likely get killed by him, because that nigga's strong as hell, so I gotta be careful. Shit, I might as well go ahead and call Veltramite or Goku real quick for that ass. Well, I wouldn't. Anyways, call Dante and Virgil for him. If not, go ahead and call Goku and anyone else that can handle that guy. I'm not gonna handle him, obviously. I am a YouTuber, motherfucker. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later. Stay peaceful, stay amazing, stay awesome, and most importantly, stay being classy, stay being you, stay being true, stay doing whatever the fuck you want to do, baby boo. Do what you gotta do, baby boo. Oh god. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful day, wonderful evening, wonderful night, and we are out of here. Right.